I think what surprised me the most was just, human behavior. You know, I kind of operated I knew there were bad people that did bad things, but you thought there was a limitation to how far they would take it. I
Yeah.
think I was very surprised at how far people would take bad stuff for greed and for
Yeah.
power and for ego. I was not aware of that. You know, I was again, I played college and professional sports, so I know what it's like to be very, very competitive and fighting for a job. But it was always kind of within the rules of honor. At least
Yeah.
that's how I felt. And once I got into business, I really I was very surprised at what people are willing to do. So
Yeah.
that's the first major surprise. The thing that I look back on and my greatest obstacles or we let's just use the term failures came from not trusting my gut. I
Dang.
always
Man, I love to hear that. Keep going.
yeah, I all you know, when you're young, you're everybody's telling you they're an expert and everybody's telling you that they're a genius and you're young and you don't know what you're talking about and that would never happen and this doesn't make any sense and you're just not experienced. And in reality, every major issue along my journey could boil down to my gut is going off like a fire alarm. And then people around me are convincing me I'm wrong about the situation. I don't have enough information. And then, you know, you fast forward a month, 2 months, whatever, a year, and you go back to that point and you're like, God, I knew. I freaking knew. And
Yeah.
I was convinced to ignore it or to look the other way. And so the gut component, I preached, you know, because everybody wants to know, give me one thing. I'm starting my business. Give me one thing. And it's like, trust your gut. You have
Yeah.
you have the answers. You're just too scared to say them out loud. And you're too scared to acknowledge that moment when your gut is telling you don't do it because you really don't have, or I didn't have complete unwavering faith that the journey would play out the way that I wanted it to play out. So I really felt like I almost had to like force the situation to get the results that I thought I needed in that moment.